Hello, my name is Debra Kasowski, 3-time best-selling author, speaker, and executive coach, as well as the podcast host of the Millionaire Woman Show, where we talk about leadership, business, and human potential. I'm so glad you've joined me today. Today's topic is about the power of focus. Getting lasered in on what your goals are. How many of you have a goal in mind, but there's so many distractions around you? There's different barriers that come up to you. You can already hear the negative chatter in your mind, and you're thinking, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to achieve that big, hairy, audacious goal? So today I want to talk to you about the power of focus, because I want to share with you some strategies that you can start implementing today to really start taking good steps toward achieving those goals. And one is the word focus itself. Do you know what it stands for? Focus stands for focus on one course until successful. It's an acronym for the word focus. Pretty cool, hey? And it's also great to remember when you start seeing these distractions and other things coming up, you can just say focus. Focus on one course until successful. So when it comes to focusing on that big goal that you have for yourself, I want you to think about not only prioritizing your schedule, what's in that calendar, but also base your decision on your core values. Of your core values that you have, what are the top ones? What are the most meaningful ones to you that are, like, they should all be non-negotiables, but there might be top 3 that are most important to you. So when you make your decisions, use your priorities and your values to help really filter through what's going to go to the top of your list. The other thing is that you want to be scheduling in and planning out your days. When you focus on a goal, make sure that you're putting it in your calendar. It's one thing to say, I'm going to achieve this goal and not have a plan for it. So you're setting yourself up to fail automatically without even putting that focus on like you do on a lens. So what I want you to be doing is putting in the time in your calendar, making that commitment to yourself to really get things done that are going to help you achieve that goal. So scheduling it into your calendar so you can achieve success. Prioritizing your schedule and making decisions based on your values. The other thing is to set boundaries. We have all these different demands on us, whether you're part of a PTA, whether you're part of a volunteer group, whatever it is for you, I want you to think about where it is that you need to set some boundaries to let people know that you have a goal in mind. And for some of you, you might not share that goal because there are people who may not be of support to you. So what you want to do is ensure that you're sharing those goals with people who support and encourage you and help you stay focused on your goal, and they understand that when you have to set boundaries, that you have training time or you have presentation time or practice time, whatever that is, that your focus is exactly where it needs to be. So setting boundaries is a big place, but for some people, saying no to things is very challenging. That they continuously want to be the giver, and they also need to learn that saying no is honoring themselves as well. The other thing is to avoid clutter in your space. Your space should not only welcome you, but you should feel amazing. And I know that different rooms of our house and our homes are create different energies. So think about the space that you're doing your focus work in. If you're exercising, that you might have home weights, but that area is focused on weights. It's not going to be compiled with a whole different thing, so that when you're in that space, you're focused only on that thing. So one of the greatest things when I was listening to one of the entrepreneurs that I like to speak with, he was saying that, we talk about the Pomodoro method and we talk about online timers. So he'd do some focus work for 45 minutes, and then he uses his 15 minutes to go into the room beside him and do some weights. So I love that focus. So it's really being able to say, I can make this happen in this break time. And it really comes back to the next thing I want to talk to you about, which is energy management. And energy management is not only your space and that, that clutter, making sure your space is clear of clutter, because your space often defines what's going on in your mind. So the less clutter you have, the better. But also the energy management has to do with the people around you. Are you surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are energizing you, supporting you, encouraging you along the way to help you stay focused, help create that momentum? And often, sometimes we want that belief in others, that they see something in us that we often don't see. But one of the things that is the greatest thing that you can do is keep that belief in yourself no matter what. No matter if anyone else believes in you, as long as you believe in yourself and focus on that goal, you can make that belief into something that you see. And sometimes for those other people, they often see it before they believe it. But that's not how achieving goals works. You need to believe it so you can take the action steps necessary to get the results that you want. The other thing to helping you focus is also eliminating any distractions and barriers that seem to be in the way. So if email or social media sucks time from you, block off certain times in your calendar to check them. It might be a reward of some kind, but make sure you're limiting that time so you don't get sucked down that rabbit hole or vortex. The other thing to do is delegate. Delegate, delegate, delegate. And we often, this is one of the ones that I love to talk to entrepreneurs about, because as one myself, it's sometimes challenging to let somebody have a piece of your baby, right? To let someone do some of the work. There's that little control factor. But when you start realizing that you need to save your time to put your energy where your strengths are, or giving things off to people who have a greater skill set than you, then you know what? You're like, this is pretty good. That you can start focusing and expanding your products and services to value your strengths more. So really thinking about the word focus in anything that you're doing, whether you're working on a project in leadership, or you are leading a team of some kind, that focus needs to be on eliminating those distractions, ensuring that people have the space to work on what they need to, and also setting up those boundaries of how much are we going to play within a certain time frame, setting those milestones so you really can ensure the success. So my greatest nuggets that I want to share with you again is focus. Focus on one course until successful. You've heard about Gary Keller and maybe the book One Thing. It's really being zoned in on what it is that will give you the greatest return on investment of your time. When you start your days, are you putting your energy where your greatest return on investment of your energy and your resources is? It's not just money but there's time, your energy. Are you working in the time frame where you have the most energy? We have morning people, and then we have people who, if you give them anything before 9 o'clock, all workload will suffer. And then we have people who are in the afternoon, and then we have the evening or night owls. But so learning where your greatest strength is. So I want you to get in, and I'm just going to top off the list again. Prioritize your schedule, make decisions based on your values. Schedule your day, make it intentional. Setting boundaries. That includes people, time, and other errands that can be very distracting. Avoid clutter. Clear your space so it's a space that you enjoy being in. Energy management. Ensure that you are hanging out with the like-minded people who encourage and support you. And finally, delegate, delegate, delegate. You do not need to do it all yourself, and sometimes the other person can do it better than you. Release that control, let go, trust the process, and above all, detach from the outcome because it could be better than you ever expected. Thank you for joining me on this video. You can go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com to get your free ebook of 21 Habits High Achievers Kick to Achieve Success. I am so grateful that you've joined me today. And if you know anyone who can benefit from getting a little bit more focused, or a lot, the power of focus is that video for them. Please share if you feel inspired and comment below. Let me know how this video has helped you get super focused and lasered in on what it is you want to achieve. Have a great day, everyone.